Step 6 is to measure your impact. Evaluation will show you whether you need to make changes, or maybe make adjustments to achieve your goal. It'll also tell you when or maybe if you've reached your objective. So going back to the West Maui Kumavai example, we wanted to develop, so for this campaign, I did help with it for a while, so that's why I'm switching to the we. We wanted to develop measures for each one of our tactics. So we'd know how tactics like our newspaper ads that we already saw and our Ocean Preferred Products program were measuring up. We also wanted to know if we were moving closer to our goal of encouraging West Maui residents to take action to reduce polluted runoff. We knew measurement should begin before our communication strategy was implemented, so we'd have initial data that we could later compare with or compare to. The good news was we already started some preliminary measurement when we assessed the context for our efforts and started learning about our audiences. Likely you've been doing the same thing. We also knew that we shouldn't wait till the end of the project to collect and review statistics. Collecting data as you go will help you learn what works and what doesn't, so you can revise your approach as needed. If your strategy isn't working, the sooner that you know, the sooner you can make changes so that you can reach your goal. At a minimum, you should evaluate at least once, approximately midway through your project timeline, then again at the end to see how you did and capture lessons learned to help improve future projects. Interim measurements can also be motivating to share with people around you, such as staff and volunteers, with your target audiences, and maybe with potential funders or important allies. For example, this is an ad highlighting key measures from the West Maui Kumavai campaign. So 6 months into the project, we tallied compelling program statistics, created a print ad, and shared it in local newspapers as a way to show that West Maui Kumavai is a winning effort and encourage residents to get involved. So how did we measure West Maui Kumavai tactics? In interest of time, we'll just look at the Ocean Preferred Products program. And to measure how this program was doing, we tracked a number of items. And what we were trying to track here is how close were we getting to reaching our objective of increasing the sale of Ocean Preferred products by 30% in 1 year. And that's a little bit of a hypothetical as a heads up for the folks involved in the campaign. So we tracked number of retail partners participating in the program. We tracked number of products that were stickered, number of campaign materials like those brochures that I mentioned that were distributed by the employees in the store. We also tracked comments and observations from retail staff. We had provided these little evaluation forms so they could share any interactions that they had with customers or lessons learned. And we also tracked comparison of sales for our products, the desired products that we were wanting to sell from the start of the promotion. Outputs are the things that we do, like we talked about just a little while ago with our objectives. So they're the actions that you take to move your strategy forward. So in this case, measures 1 through 3 tracked outputs. And outcomes are the changes that occur because of your efforts. So such as changes in awareness, attitude, or behavior. So measures 4 and 5 captured outcomes. When we think of measures, we often think about measures as being quantifiable, so things we can count, but we shouldn't overlook anecdotal measures such as a personal observation or story. One example is a quote from a hardware store customer sharing how the Ocean Preferred stickers influenced her behavior. I'll let you read that quote there, but the point was this was a really powerful anecdotal story that was shared with us by a customer. And anecdotal information like this can be really powerful in telling a story. And when used in conjunction with numbers and stats, really help make your project results personable and show the face behind the numbers. So we recommend a strategy that has a mix of output and outcome measures with both quantifiable and anecdotal measures. And really, it's because we feel it can result in a much more accurate and compelling evaluation. Okay, your turn. For this section, we're going to have you think through a measure for each tactic. So for each tactic that you brainstormed in the previous worksheet, you need to identify a way to measure it. If you can't measure a tactic, make note of this here. Review your list of tactics and consider if any should be cut, giving special or just extra attention to those that you noted that couldn't be measured.